Welcome back to my channel, guys. In today's video we are going to continue learning more about Spanish, and today's topic we are going to talk about artículos determinativos. But before starting with the video, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe and also give it a thumbs up. And now let's get started with the video. Okay guys, so now let's get started with this video. As I told you, we are going to talk this time about artículos determinados. In the last video we talked about artículos indeterminados that were un, una, unos, unas. But in this time we are going to talk about the artículos determinados. Let's get started. Okay guys, so now we have here the articles. We have the masculine, the feminine way, the singular and the plural way. In this case we also have the neutral way. So now let's get started. The first one, masculine, the singular way, it will be el. The feminine way is la. Now the plural way, los, and the feminine, las. And now we have the neutral way, that it will be lo. But in this case we are not going to talk about this one. Okay, we are going to talk about this in another video. So now let's continue. I have some examples in here, so try to translate these two sentences into Spanish. Remember, apple in Spanish is manzana, and manzana is a masculine or feminine word. Okay, it's a feminine word, manzana. Let's see. La manzana, because la it's for feminine words. Perfect. And for the second one, the apples. Let's see. Las manzanas. That's correct. Okay, let's continue. Now we have more vocabulary here. Let's get started for the first one, calm. In Spanish, this one is tranquilo. For masculine, tranquila. For feminine. Now we have the next one, teacher. And in Spanish, this one is maestro, maestra, profesor, profesora. These one are normally used when you are at school. But if you are, for example, in the university, it will be licenciado, licenciada, ingeniero, ingeniera. Okay, let's continue. Okay guys, so now we have another word that is of. In Spanish it will be de. Is, we use de when, for example, in this example that I have in here, we want to specify that something is made for someone, for something in a specific. For example, the first one, metal mug. In Spanish is taza de metal, because it's the mug is made for, de metal. Okay, la taza está hecha de metal. The second one, wooden chair. In this case it will be silla de madera. Silla de madera. La silla está hecha de madera. Perfect. We also use de about when we talk about professions. For example, Spanish teacher. Spanish teacher. That one it will be maestro de español. English teacher, it will be maestro de inglés. Also the next example, it will be school teacher. School teacher, that one will be maestro de escuela. Okay, maestro de escuela. Perfect. And also we use de when we talk about, for example, something belongs to someone else. We are going to see an example for that later. Let's continue. I have this vocabulary. Very in Spanish means muy. The second one, good, in Spanish means bueno. For masculine, bueno. For feminine, it will be buena. Next one, in in English we have like and as, but in Spanish we only have one word, and it will be como. Como. Okay, in English we have like, it has a different use than as, but in Spanish both words means como. Como. Perfect. So now let's see some examples. Try to translate this word into Spanish. Cats are very calm. Okay, if you said, for example, the masculine way, gatos son muy tranquilos. Gatos son muy tranquilos. That's not correct. In Spanish, when we talk about animals or objects, we always use, for example, in plural way, los, las, el, or la for singular. In this case, it will be, if it's for masculine gatos, it will be los. If it's for feminine gatas, it will be las. Let's see. Los gatos son muy tranquilos, because we're talking about masculine cats. Los gatos son muy tranquilos. If it's for feminine, it will be las gatas son muy tranquilas. Okay? Las gatas son muy tranquilas. Perfect. Let's continue. Try to translate this sentence into Spanish. Remember, as I told you, we use de when something belongs to someone else. Peter's dog. In Spanish, try to translate this sentence into Spanish. Let's see. El perro de Pedro. Remember, we use el because we're talking about an animal. So it will be el perro de Pedro. We use de because in this case the dog belongs to Pedro. They would be in the Spanish way for Peter. Pedro. Okay? Perfect. Let's continue with the next one. She is Anna's math teacher. Try to translate this one. As I told you before, math teacher in Spanish is, when it's about professions, maestra, in feminine way, maestra de matemáticas. Also, when something belongs to someone else, we use de. So now I'll try to translate this sentence into Spanish. Let's see. Ella es la maestra de matemáticas de Ana. Ella es la maestra de matemáticas de Ana. Perfect. In this case, we use la before maestra because we normally, when we talk about professions too, we also use la at the beginning. But in this case, you can also say just, ella es maestra de matemáticas de Ana, and that would be okay too. Ella es maestra de matemáticas de Ana. That would be okay too. Okay? Perfect. And the last sentence. You are very good as a teacher. You are very good as a teacher. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Okay, try to translate this sentence into Spanish. Remember, as in Spanish is, as and like in Spanish is, como. Let's see. Y eres muy bueno como maestro. Eres muy bueno como maestro. Perfect. Okay guys, so this has been all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And also, if you didn't understand something about this topic, please let me know in the comments and I will explain you. And also, I will see you in the next video.